Welcome back. I'm appreciate your patience as I adjust the settings for this live reading. I've never done it before, and I'm not sure exactly how I want to have this set. What I will do is break this into parts. I don't know how long each part will be. Maybe each part will be 5 minutes, and there'll be 300 parts, or maybe each part will be 20 minutes. I don't plan on limiting that at the moment. In the future, if this is popular, which I doubt it will be, anything that I'll go based on what people prefer, and we could do longer or shorter sessions. And this is just me stalling, trying to find Spotify. Sorry, I mean Otta I, because I probably can't use that live. And just a little background sounds, nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm not even sure that anybody would want background music, but I'm going to try to put some on. We'll get started here in just a moment. All right. Now, I've got my Otta Eye, and I'm going to turn the reading music back on, and we'll get started. And I'm going to lower because I don't want it to overpower the voice. As if anything could overpower my loud pain in the butt voice. All right. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody who kind of stuck with the first one. If you did, maybe you went back and listened to it. Hell, maybe you didn't. I don't mind. But I'm doing my best Bob Ross interpretation and Happy Little Trees. However, when I read, which I'm going to start now, I'll try to think of voices, and I'll try to keep those voices, if not identical, then somewhat similar to what I did originally. However, I am not necessarily a professional, not yet, maybe one day. And if that happens, I will perfect my voice acting portion. But back to the book. We are on page 6. Again, Matt Dinniman, Dinniman. Dungeon Crawler Carl. This is the first of, I believe, 8, if not 7, and one to come. I'm not sure. Back to page 6. There'll be a slight overlap. I'll start from the top. What the hell? I said, spinning in circles. A couple of random things remained, like the bike rack, the stop sign was there, but the street sign next to it was gone. It didn't make sense. Were the cars that were parked on the road car-shaped indentations of... Sorry, is where? Where the cars were parked on the road, there's a car-shaped indentation of dirt, as if it had been pulled down towards the center of Earth, being ripped directly through the asphalt. Donut jumped into my still outreached arms. I looked at the cat, not knowing what to say or to do. What the hell? I said again. All that remained of my building was a rectangle of churned dirt and rocks. And then I saw it right near my feet. I saw where Mrs. Parsons' head in the dark. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm gonna fix. I'm a little off right now. I'm gonna try that again. And then I saw it right near my feet. It was Mrs. Parsons' head. In the dark, it was hard to discern, but I immediately knew what it was. It hit me at that moment. The sudden shock of the buildings was one thing, but there were people in those buildings. It was almost everybody in the damn city. Hell, even most of the homeless people were in shelters. There's been a whole thing on the news about them rounding everybody up because of the extreme cold. It was 2 in the damn morning on a Monday night. Everyone would be in bed. That meant everyone was dead. I kept spinning in circles like an idiot, not knowing what to do. I felt sick to my stomach. Donut started to squirm. Having decided I was useless, she clawed at me, and I wouldn't let the cat go. Then came the voice, a male robotic voice. It spoke in my mind. The voice was like a physical thing, a spike in my brain scratching at me. It wasn't speaking English, but I understood the words. As the person spoke, the text also appeared floating in front of me. Surviving humans take note. What? I said out loud. What is that? Who's there? I kicked at the floating words with my foot. and the too small crock went flying. I hopped over and quickly shoved my foot back in. The words moved with me, floating just a few feet from my face. Even the letters weren't English. They crawled down, not across the screen, but I knew them. I understood them, like I'd been reading the language my entire life. Per syndicate rules, subsection 543 of the Precious Elemental Reserves Code, having failed to file proper appeal for mineral and elemental rights within 50 solars of first contact, your planet has been successfully seized and is currently being mined of, of all requested elemental deposits by the assigned planetary region. Every interior of your world has been crushed, and all raw materials, organic and inanimate, are now in the process of being mined for the requisite or requested elements. Per the Mine Material Reclamation Act, along with subsection 35 of the Indigenous Planetary Species Protection Act, any surviving human will be given the opportunity to reclaim lost matter. The Borant Company, having been assigned regency over the solar system, is now allowed to choose the manner of reclamation, and they have chosen option 3, also known as the 18-level World Dungeon. The Borant Corporation retains all rights to broadcast, exploit, and otherwise control all aspects of the World Dungeon, and will remain in control as long as they adhere to syndicate regulations regarding the world resources reclamation. Upon successful completion of World Level 18, the World Dungeons Sorry, I apologize, I misread that. Upon successful completion of Level 18, the World Dungeon Regency of the planet will revert to its successor. A syndicate neutral observer AI, myself, has been created and dispatched to the planet, and supervision and creation of the World Dungeon are to ensure all rules and regulations are properly followed. Please pay careful attention to the following information as it will not be repeated. Per the Indigenous Planetary Species Protection Act, all remaining materials estimated to be at 99.999999999% of the sifted matter is currently being repurposed for the subterranean World Dungeon. The first level of this dungeon will open approximately 18 seconds after the end of this announcement. The first level entrances will be open for exactly 1 human hour and 1 hour only. Once the entrances are closed, you may no longer enter. If you enter, you may not leave until you have either completed all 18 levels of the World Dungeon or if you meet certain other requirements. If you choose not to enter World Dungeon, you will have to sustain yourself upon the surface of your planet, and this will not last. This may be the last communication you receive during your lifetime. All previously processed material and matter and elements are forfeit. However, you are free to mine and utilize all remaining naturally occurring resources for your own benefit. The Borent Corporation wishes you luck and thanks you for your opportunity. For those who wish to exercise their right of resource reclamation, please take note. There will be 150,000 level 1 entrances added to your world. These entrances will be marked and easy to spot. If you choose to enter the first level of the dungeon, you will have 5 rotations of your planet to find the next level down. There will be 75,000 entrances to level 2. There will be 37,500 entrances to level 3. 18,750 to level 4. 9,375 entrances to level 5. And 4,688 entrances to level 6. The number of available entrances to the lower levels will continue to decrease by half, rounding up until the 18th level, which you will only have 2 entrances and a single exit. Crawlers who choose to enter the World Dungeon must find a staircase and descend to the lower level down before the allotted time is up for that level. Once the time has passed, the level will be reclaimed and all remaining matter in the level, organic or inanimate, will be forfeit. Generated loot and other matter that is not gathered and claimed may be placed in the syndicate market. Each lower level will now have a longer period of reclamation. Additional rules come into play once any crawlers descend to the 10th floor. These rules will be explained when and if any crawlers reach this level. If you choose to enter the World Dungeon, it is highly recommended that you immediately find and utilize a tutorial guide. Multiple tutorial guides will be seated throughout the dungeons on level 1 through 3. If you have any additional questions or wish to file an appeal, such requests must be submitted in writing directly to the closest syndicate office. Thank you for being a part of the syndicate. Have a great day. Man, this reading live thing's harder than I thought it would be. That's not the book, by the way. Sorry. I feel like I should put my hand in front of the camera or do something when I'm not narrating. Oh well. I'm going to take a quick drink and try another page or two because I might have to work up to this. As you can hear, I even provide sound effects for drinking. Sounds a lot like normal human gulping. I swear it's not. Nor is it sponsored by any particular brand of aid, whether Gator or Power. All right, so we're on page 9, about halfway through, because this is obviously going to take, I don't know, 7 years of my life if I do continue this. But here we are, about halfway through page 9, after the robot has said its piece or given the rules to Carl. My brain could barely parse any of what the voice had just said. So bewildering, and I at everything. Oh boy, this is not good. I'm going to try that again. My brain could barely parse any of what the voice had said. So bewildered was I at everything that just happened. I could no longer feel my legs. I had been outside much too long, and I was in serious danger of freezing to death, of losing toes to the cold. I had to get inside, and I had to do it now. Well, I think I need to stop again. I'm going to have to work my voice up to this. But hey, you know what? These are just tests, right? I have a feeling there might be some copyright issues. I'm not sure if this is something I'm even allowed to do, but if YouTube allows it, I'd like to continue it if people enjoy it. Matter of fact, if it is enjoyed, I could potentially just do it on full camera and have conversations as opposed to just straight reading. That might even help my voice, but regardless. 9 whole pages of Dungeon Crawler Carl, almost done, because, I don't know, I'm at 3/4 of page 9. And if anybody does listen to this, I do appreciate it. I'm doing my best Bob Ross interpretation again, only for the in-between. I do try to do some voicing during the book. I have yet to get to any of the main characters other than Carl himself, who amazingly has the exact same voice that I do. Not sure how that happened. But hey, thanks for listening if you did take the time, and don't forget those happy little trees. I'm probably not allowed to say that either. Tell you what, I'll see if there's any action on this. I don't know that there will be, especially for a live video, but it gets archived. So if anybody wants to hear more, let me know, and I'll do a few more. Or when I read it, I'll probably just record it anyway, because why the hell not? Thanks, everybody. I'll be back at some point, or maybe I won't.